Give me maybe 2 minutes and I'll be up in here. I just gotta double check all my crap. Okay, YouTube's up. Stop connecting. Bada bing. Okay, we should be good there. And we should be good there. Okay. TikTok, I can hear. Static, bad. Let's go. Oh no. Lots of static and buzzing. Bummer. All right. All right, let's unplug this thing then. Damn it. Why did that not work yet? All right. That should be better. Well, my audio on TikTok is still not there yet. Who would have thought my cheap dongle doesn't work? Better now, yes. But I wish the audio was even better. All right. I will try again with the TikTok audio next time. But now we are good here. What is up, Viet of Mom? What is up? I'm Brad. Early start today. This is going to be our normal start today. We got some improvements going on. Let me show you what we got. We got new tracking camera. It's better. It should be better quality. Yes. Then we can go. We got a new overhead. It's going to take me a second to get used to all my new stuff. Where's this one go? New overhead. Looking nice. We got a new stove cam. That looks good too. I'm very excited about that. What else can I do over here? I don't know. I'll figure it all out. I did a lot of new stuff yesterday. I reorganized everything. Okay, we're good. Let's do it. Throw this here, throw this here. I gotta get back on my game and wake up. Here we go. All right, lighting my burners. Okay. Come on, there we go. Okay. Welcome. Good morning. My name is Chad Kubanov. This is CKSK, the Chad Kubanov Studio Kitchen, because it's my kitchen and it's my studio, so it's the Chad Kubanov Studio Kitchen. Last week we made some form of Italian wedding soup, which I love. If you missed that episode, basically it's like a brothy meatball dish. It's like little tiny meatballs in a broth with orzo pasta, so the tiny little baby orzo pasta. This one. And our version that we made last week, which was the interesting style, was we made it with La Yang leaf, which is a sour leaf. Somebody brought up a good idea, an interesting idea of, okay, we've heard of Italian wedding soup. What about a divorce soup? Does that exist? Not yet, but it's going to exist, but it will exist today. So today we are going to try to make Italian divorce soup. What would you have for a divorce? Or I'm gonna explain that later. I got two perspectives on that. But my wife doesn't like the idea that we're making a divorce soup. So we're not gonna call it a divorce soup anymore. We're gonna refer to it as a bitter melon meatball soup. Okay? But it's Italian divorce soup. Who's divorcing? No one's divorcing. That's why my wife got freaked out. No one's divorcing. It's just a joke of a video. Let's just put that out and make sure it's clear. This is just a joke of a video. It's a funny idea, and we're doing it. So if you don't know about orzo pasta, it's like this pasta that's shaped like a rice grain, a tiny little rice grain. I can even punch it up more. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Sorry about that. I won't do that again. I love it. I love this grain or this shape so much. And actually the soup we had last week, we crushed it. Everybody ate it. And I love this style of just a little bit soupy, a little bit tiny meatball. So we're going to do the same thing for the divorce. So I think for this style, I want to go with that meatball thing. And then there was the idea of, do we make this for like you're cooking for your ex-wife or your ex-husband or whatever? Or do we make this like you're cooking for yourself to represent a new? Either way works. And I think separation soup's a funny idea too. I think the cool idea is, or the thing that works out is we're gonna do this with bitter melon because I love bitter melon. And I like this that it could either be for your ex who you hate, who hates bitter melon, and then you're making them this soup that they're gonna hate because it's so bitter. Or I also like that it works, that in Vietnamese, bitter melon is co qua, that's how you say it. And co qua means the suffering has passed. So this could be interpreted as made for yourself, where you've suffered through your bad relationship and now you're moving on. Or you're making for the person who you no longer love, who hates this bitterness. So either way, I think it's funny. Beyond that, in this soup, we're also gonna use egg, which always represents like a new beginning in the new year. What else? There was something else that represented. Oh, I got some, what is this stuff called? What's the zombie mushroom? I forget what this thing's called. What's the mushroom that turns ants into zombies? Cordyceps. Yeah, so I got some cordyceps too. I thought, hey, if you're gonna have a new beginning, you might as well start that off with like a healthy path. Uh-oh, I broke it. Huh. So cordyceps are super healthy. My drawer's a little tight today. The cordyceps are kind of a new ingredient for me. I don't cook with them a lot, but I like them. I think they're pretty easy to work with, pretty simple. They're very hard to open. Apparently, very hard to open. That little latch didn't work out very well. There we go. So these are a crazy looking mushroom. These are like long, orangey things. We'll get to them in a second. Very strange looking mushroom. In future streaming live, can you please make a home Vietnamese fusion dish? Yeah, I'd have to do a little research on that one. I don't really know any home food, but I could look at it. All right. Once again, we got the bitter melons. We're gonna start with the meatball mixture so that we can get this meatball mixture marinated. I did buy a little bit of tofu. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that or not. Make me a 6-piece McNugget McDouble. That kind of sounds good. Actually, for me, it's early morning right now, so a sausage, egg, and cheese on a muffin sounds pretty damn good. So much better on TikTok, but still YouTube.com. I don't know what we mean by that, but okay. I love the food you make. Thank you. I'm trying. Is Fred and his family in the States yet? They leave today. They leave today. Pretty exciting. I know Fred is super pumped. We were supposed to get dinner last night, but he's like, I'm so close to my dream happening, I don't want to risk anything. So I think he stayed home and drank bottled water and ate Doritos. At least that's what I told him to do. He don't want to get no foodborne illness right before he's about to go. Okay. All right, so I got some ground pork. Basically, this is kind of a little bit of a blend between an Italian wedding soup and between a Vietnamese stuffed bitter melon. Kind of the idea. So I got some ground pork in here. I tried to get what was the leanest ground pork I could find. Did you stop tracking me, bro? You can stop. You can track me up. No, okay. You're tracking me now? Okay, we're good to go. It's hard to manage all these cameras. Let me wash my hands. I touch pork. I'm very aware of cross-contamination. All right, that meatball last week really worked out well. I really enjoyed it. Today we're gonna go pretty simple seasoning on the meatball. A lot of onion is the game plan. A lot of onion, some breadcrumb. Oh, I found these. Look at these. I found these little baby onions. These tiny little guys. These are so cool. It's like almost a cocktail onion, almost twice the size of a cocktail onion. I'm not using them today. I just had to buy them. I got so excited. I'm probably going to snip the tips and roast them whole. Could be good with a piece of steak or a big piece of roasted pork. Maybe potentially served with an au gratin. Might work. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But not today. First we're doing onions. And I said I'm going to do a lot. So let's do 3 in here. 3 seems like a lot of onions in here. So that's good. And we'll go over here. Chop these bad boys. Cordyceps mushrooms are the show that Last of Us is based off of. Yes, I've never seen it yet. Yo, I hate, this is like, I don't want to say this is my thing that triggers me the most, but god darn it, do I hate when I cut an onion and I see that ring in there. Just that, once you have like one of these interior rings of onion bed in the center, that's so annoying. Come on, bro. What are you doing to me? Yeah, well, let's try this. Let's try my new board shot. How about this? How does this work out? Ooh. Another board shot. Like that. See the anger? What the crap? Why must you do this to me? That's straight trash. Why? There we go. All right, not those onions. Let's get more. You think the rest of these 3 are going to be trash? I hope not. Very good show. Thank you, Tony. Oh, that's really funny. Is your name Tony? Like Tony? That's a hilarious handle. I love that. All right. So far, that one looks all right. That one looks all right. All right. We just picked out the first bad ones. The first 2. We got rid of the bad ones. We must have sensed it and removed the bad apple from the bunch. All right, we'll peel these things. What are we making today, Chad? We're going to call it a divorce soup. One time and one time only, because my wife doesn't like that name. We're making a variation or a different idea of an Italian wedding soup, but we're doing it if it was a divorce happening. Purely for a joke. No one's getting divorced. Sometimes I just like the names. Sometimes I think there are just... Okay, this is hearsay. Buntendung is greater than bunchap. Be gone. Be gone. Some people are just wrong. It's okay. I forgive you. Okay. But sometimes I just get... There's just like a joke. I don't know, a lot of times food is funny to me. I think there's like comedy in food. And this idea of a divorce, well, we have a wedding soup, how come there's no divorce soup? I think that's hilarious. What was the other thing I really like? Oh, I like the idea of we have a summer roll and a spring roll. A winter roll, I think, is a really fun idea too. Like sometimes there's just wordplay stuff that is enough to get inspired. Okay, above, here we go. I'm gonna cut this as fine as I can. Oh, this knife is extra sharp today. I'll take that. Can I go board? Okay. Or, oops, tail, come here. There we go, that's the one. Okay, go through a mince. Does divorce soup is an actual thing? Really? What is it? Well, we're making a new one. I doubt the other version is like this. What if it's the same dish? That would be crazy. But I doubt it. No divorce, Sophie. There's no divorce going on. No, no, no. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. See, my wife was right. This was a terrible idea. She hated this idea. She did not like. She's gonna freak out that I'm doing it. She was last night. We're laying in bed. She's like, "Can you not do this dish? Can you not make this soup?" What's your favorite style or flavor of food outside of Vietnamese and American? Is it Italian? That's a very hard question. Outside of Viet, it really is going to depend on the day. I say I'm very intrigued about Mexican food. I would like to learn more about Mexican in terms of just understanding cuisine. I'd like to have all these techniques down with corn, masa, and all that stuff. So I find probably the cuisine I want to learn the most would be Mexican. The cuisine I enjoy eating the most outside of Viet is, it might be Italian. Italian just always hits. I feel like it's kind of cheating and it's, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit basic in an answer, but it's just good. It's really good. Pasta always hits. Like, I love eating Szechuan food, but I feel terrible, so I don't want to say that answer. Every time I eat Szechuan, I feel bad the next day. Yeah, I guess Italian. I guess that's a good guess. But honestly, for me, you're going to find out. If I eat Italian today, I don't want it tomorrow. I want something new all the time. I crave new. That's what I like. Okay, onions going into our pork. And again, that's a lot of onion, right? I'm going to throw in 1 egg just to help with the binding. Now, I may have wanted to, it may have been wise to cook the onion first, but I think it's going to be all right. Onion, or egg rather. Salt. Oh, where's my salt? You should make Mexicans divorciados. It consists of 2 eggs each in red and green sauce. 1 egg is drowned in green tomato sauce, chili sauce, and the other is red chipotle chili sauce. Okay. You have your own restaurant. No, Ken, I don't have my own restaurant. This is a studio spot. This is not a restaurant. This is my personal private studio space, which I do pop-ups in, but it's not open to the public. This is not a restaurant. Salt's going in. Decent amount. Let's start there. French food is fantastic as well, but I just don't eat it that much. And there's not really French restaurants around here. I mean, all the French restaurants around here, there's not many, but if they are here, they're just very pricey. So I definitely appreciate French food. I think French food is top, but it's not served very often around here. Or anywhere, really. Like, there's not good, affordable French food commonly available. It's always considered a higher class thing, and there isn't really like street foody Frenchy stuff. I guess crepes, but there's not that many crepes around here either. And the crepes on the street here kind of suck. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of MSG on here. All right, pepper. How do you find good restaurants, or do you just try every place that you're interested in? I just try every place that I'm interested in. You know, people give recommendations, of course, that helps. But usually, sometimes I'll do some Google research, but usually I'm just driving. Usually I drive, I see a new spot that opens up, and that's it. Or I'm curious, I see a spot that's super busy. Okay, let's go back to that another day. That's usually it. No one's getting divorced, Liz. No one's getting divorced. It's just a joke of a soup. We made a wedding soup last week. I thought a divorce soup would just be a funny idea. But obviously my wife was right. This is a terrible idea. Didn't you work in a French restaurant when you were in the U.S.? Yes, I worked at Restaurant Daniel in New York City, which is a classical French. Maybe I wouldn't say. It was based in classical French techniques, but it's a very modern, upscale, fine dining spot. And it's great. I mean, it's weird now that I think people, because French cuisine was held at such a high regard for so long, people now look down upon it like it's less than other cuisine. French cuisine is badass. It is badass. But the thing is, most cuisines are pretty badass. But French is definitely up there. It deserves its recognition. It's great. And had so many techniques that are so many interesting techniques that help you grow, and they had the whole development of the brigade system, which is incredibly helpful. Living in SoCal as a white boy, that is a huge compliment. Mexican cuisine is a labor of love. Our salsa could be its own food group. I agree with that. And I have limited experience with maybe 2 styles of salsa, and they're amazing. So I know there's many variations, and yeah, I don't know why. I think Mexican food and Vietnamese food are similar, even though they're so vastly far apart. I think Vietnamese have done everything you can with rice, and Mexicans have done everything you can with corn. So I like the idea of that, and I like the brightness. I like the brightness and the heat that's used and the acidity. So I think they're very similar. All right, pepper's in, MSG's in, salt's in. We're good. And I really don't want to do much to this. This is going to be a pretty lightly flavored soup in terms of like not crazy flavors. Okay, but I'm doing a decent amount of pepper. The divorce soup is a creamy Cajun take on an Italian wedding soup. Oh, interesting. Okay. I meant Southeast Asian countries, not East Asia. Hmong people moved from China. Okay. Okay, pepper is a go. Oh, maybe I can get to use my celery seed today. That might work. Since there's so much onion in here, I am going to do a lot of breadcrumb to help absorb the moisture of the onion. Basically, the onion's going to add a lot of water, so we need something to absorb all that water from the onion. Oh, I got some thyme. Wait, do I want thyme? I'm going to do a little celery seed because I'm crazy. I'm going to do a little fennel powder too because I'm a little bit crazy here. I'm just thinking it's because it's going to go with bitter melon. So these are kind of new flavors for bitter melon, but I think it's going to work because the broth should be simple. All right. All right, so we'll do a little bit of fennel powder as well. Or fennel seed powder. Oh, it smells so good. I miss fennel. I think fennel and bitter melon is going to be a great combination. I think it's going to work really well. What are you cooking today? Twitch always says, will it bun me live? Yes, I have to get into Twitch and change all that stuff. It's when you have I have like a foreign I have my American cell phone number and my Vietnamese cell phone number. And my American cell phone number, it's kind of like on hold. And every time I turn it on, it costs me $10 to turn it on, to check, to like log in. So I'm reluctant to turn it on, to log into Twitch, to change all that. I gotta wait until there's like 3 or 4 tasks to do on the same day, so I'm not wasting my $10. Okay, what I was saying before is about I probably should have cooked the onion, or could have cooked the onion. Maybe not should have, but could have. If I cooked the onion, some of the moisture would have cooked out already, and then I added it to this mixture. So it would require less breadcrumb to hold together. In this format where the raw onion's going inside, there's more moisture in the onion, so I need to factor that in and add more breadcrumb to hold the moisture, or to collect or retain the moisture so the meatball stays structurally sound. Either way works. It's not going to be a bad thing. Okay. We'll mix this. We'll try it. I do have a little bit of soft tofu. I'm not sure I'm going to add it or not, because I'm going to add egg to this at the end. So it's going to be like an egg drop soup. We'll see about the tofu. I'll figure it out. What are we saying here? Please add pasta into their Italian soup. Yes, we have the orzo. I used half of it last time. I'm going to use the other half right now. The orzo, I'm craving it right now. All right, so let's mix this up. Do you have a favorite way to make hash browns? I would say that I have no favorite way to do anything. Anything. I really don't. I really like a different way. If I made it one way yesterday, I want to make it a new way today. Because hash browns, from the freezer, they're pretty damn good. Hash browns grated directly into the pan without any straining, also really good. Also grated into water, washed, strained, and then mixed with a little bit of flour and egg, also really good. So I have a lot of different styles. I guess the only thing I would say is I want them crispy. And in terms of the shape, I'm really open. If it's grated, if it's cubed, there's different styles, and I kind of like every style as long as it's crispy. So this mixture feels pretty good already, very thick, and that's all that breadcrumb in there making this nice. And just like the last time we did this, I'm just gonna taste a small piece. Of course, always, 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 anytime you are making a mixture of something, just taste it before you move forward with cooking all of it. Looks good. Okay, let's try a little bit. Look at our new stove cam. Sick. We love a good stove cam, huh? The old studio kitchen lease is done. Yes, we moved out about a month and a half ago. It was pretty amazing how it all worked out too. We right when the lease was over. Actually, no, we found this spot and we had 2 months left on the lease. And my wife just said, "Please, we've been good tenants. Will you let us out?" And he said yes. So he was a nice landlord. And even our house, the lease ended basically exactly when we moved in this house. So we got really lucky with the timing. Hash browns and potato pancakes latke is the best. Oh wait, when you say favorite way to make hash browns, do you mean like frozen hash browns? Like a pre-made little thing I'm buying and then doing something with that? Or do you mean making hash browns from scratch? I guess I may have interpreted that incorrectly, or not as you meant it. Yeah, Nate, if I didn't give you the answer to your real question, let me know. I'm happy to answer it. Tater tots greater than hash browns. I don't know about that. I haven't had tater tots in a long time. I think probably if I had them, they would just be so nostalgic to me. But I always like French fries more than tater tots. I know people are all about tots, but I like French fries more than tots. All right, let's flip this little sausage, or little meatball mixture. And the other thing about all that breadcrumb in there is it also absorbs all the fat. So normally if I didn't have that much breadcrumb, fat would be leaking out into this pan, but the breadcrumb is absorbing that fat, so that's another benefit. Chad, is your ethnicity Italian or German? German and Russian. Got some mixed lineage there. Any suggestion on ways to cover up gamey flavor in meat, venison? Usually with a gamey meat, it's really about the spices or herbs that you're going to put on top of it. So, you know, venison, a common pairing is juniper. Juniper is good with venison. What would I put with it? It would really depend on what else I'm going to serve with it and the season that we're in. But usually it's you're looking at the herbs or the spices. So juniper, oregano, thyme, stronger flavored stuff like that works out with gamey flavor. But I mean, that kind of meat, wild meat or exotic meat or game meat, it has a gamey flavor, and I don't see that as a negative. I like it. Okay, so this is almost there. Getting firmer. Do you like gastronomy, or do you find it more of a gimmick? I think you mean molecular gastronomy. I like it, yes, very much. But I do think it definitely can be gimmicky, and probably more so than ever, because there's just too many people doing it who maybe don't have that skill level for it. I mean, now I love molecular gastronomy. I love fine dining when it's done proper, when it's not super ego driven, when it's a cook who is trying to make good food, not trying to show you something or prove to something. And I think that's probably less common than, wait a minute. I think that's probably the rarity of these restaurants that you're gonna go to. There's just too many cooks out there. And too many cooks who are trying to like be cool or show you something. Okay, let's go try this little guy. Let's see if we can season. Do I know how to season anymore? Are your spoons and spatulas in hot water, and why is it bubbling? The spoons and spatulas are in running water. Wait a minute, I can do this. Turn the tracking off, go to here. Oh, I don't see it on the screen. No, that didn't work. Oh, I lost control of my camera, but yes. Wait a minute. Stove. Hold on, this is all new to me now. yeah, that's it. Wide burner, wide stove, board shot. There we go. Okay, you can see my spoons right here. Yes, they're in hot water. There's not hot water. It's like warm water, and there's water constantly running inside of here, so they keep it clean. That's the idea with it, is there's always water circulating in there, so any food particles get washed off the spoon and then get washed out. So I can turn this little spigot on and off. It's not bubbling, there's just constant flow of water going into it. It's something that we had at Alenia. It left a mark. It was the best thing in terms of like keeping your spoons clean. It's the best. I love it so much. And this is just, they call it an ice cream scoop well. So normally you would just keep your ice cream scooper in there, so you always have water, so the ice cream scoop is always warm enough to scoop. And then it's just been repurposed into a spoon well for me. Yay, my 3-year-old just says venison tastes weird. We're working on it. Oh, okay. So it's for your 3-year-old? I got you. So I would try. This is so good. This is so good. Holy crap. Okay. Wow. Salt-wise, it's great. Texture-wise, it's great. It's very meatloafy. And the celery seed and fennel is awesome in there. Wow, perfect. Nailed it. So Morgan, if you're trying to help your kid enjoy venison more, because they think it has a strange flavor, I would try making a fruit compote. Maybe blueberry, maybe an apple jam or an apple sauce kind of vibe. Put something sweet and fruity on there. That might help them enjoy it or appreciate it. And cover up that flavor a little bit. Even maybe, if you have it, blueberry or like a currant. What am I thinking of? Some kind of wild red berry. I forget. Or apple. I would add some sugar, I'd add some vinegar so it's sweet and sour, and then maybe a little bit of lemon peel or lemon zest in there. That will work. That'll be good. Black pepper. Thyme. This meatball is awesome. Curious question. U.S. abort rate is pretty high. How common is it in Vietnam? It's less common in the States, but it's getting more and more common. Western culture spreads and brings its good and bad, and divorce is one of these bad things from Western culture, so it is spreading here. It was definitely looked down upon before, frowned upon, but it's becoming more and more accepted. Okay, we're going to clean this pan real quick. And I don't know why this one stopped tracking. Track me, bro. Track me, bro. Come on. Bummer. You gonna do me? Camera, tracking? No. All right, well, that didn't work out. Your two boys do not look like Wasians at all. If I meet them without knowing you, I would think they are Viet. Thank you. Congratulations. French fries, Belgian fries are the best seller fries in my opinion. British fries chips are kind of mid. I've never had a British chip that was like top tier. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm ignorant on this subject. And even the Belgian fries. I want to go to like one of those shops where you get where they just have the big fryer thing. Like they have a unique design of a fryer. And then you get the cone and the mayo. I want to try that. I never had a legit one. All right, let's roll these meatballs. I'm not going to cook the meatballs yet, but I want to roll them. Just so they're ready to go. And we're gonna do the same technique that we did, that's a dirty board. The same technique we did last week, where we use a big ice cream scoop to roll them out fast, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So we're going to go through, punch these first. And I want to go forward. Best fries I've ever had was Guy Fieri Restaurant, where they had 3 or 4 different sizes, textures for them. Oh, in one batch? That's kind of a cool idea. I like that idea. I very, very much like the texture of this meatball right now. Sorry, British friends. I just want crispy fries and preferably not soaked in vinegar. I do find it weird that people who, when we're getting fries, the people who want it to be soggy. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Why am I going to waste my calories on a fried item that's not going to be crispy? I'll just have a boiled potato if it's not going to be crispy. Okay. Last one. All right. We're going to do what we did before. And just cut these guys. So this is going to be the fastest way for me. Especially, I'd rather take a big scoop and cut it up 4 or 5 times than take a tiny scoop and scoop 600 meatballs. So I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'll do it in 6s. Obviously, this is just giving me a general guideline of size, and I'm fine with a general size for this situation. That one's a little smaller, so I cut in 4. Okay. Wait, wrong one. Wrong one. I would like to see you do some combo of your sourdough starter with bun sale batter as a liquid for the dough. Interesting. I definitely want to do more stuff with my sourdough starter, that's for sure. I'm into the sourdough. What happened to my computer? Uh-oh. Okay. There we go, back, thank you. Okay. Freedom fries greater than all fries. I'll see myself out. BT Murphy, you can stay. That's fine. I'll take it. So we're just going to go ahead and roll these little guys out. What are we making? We're making a version of Italian wedding soup, but taking the idea and saying it's for divorce soup, just as a joke. No one's getting divorced. But so we're going to make it with the tiny little meatballs, and we're going to use bitter melon. So really, this is a fusion dish between Italian wedding soup and Vietnamese stuffed bitter melon soup. That's the idea here. But first, we got to roll some meatballs. I should get my kids to roll these. Next time I gotta get my kids to wake up early and tell Trey to help me roll some balls out. JD will like doing this. But I think once you have these scooped, this is the fastest way to do it. And if you put your head down and just start cranking, you can make a couple couple hundred really quick if you need to. Do I miss a Freedom Bagel every now and again? I make bagels all the time. I make bagels. So I did, absolutely, 100%, and that's what caused me to start trying to make them. And now I always have bagels in the fridge. I always make them. And they're pretty easy. Pretty darn easy to make a pretty decent bagel. Surprisingly. Like, I've had a lot of crappy bagels, and I'm making them at home for the first time. I'm like, these are pretty good. And even the last batch I made, I put a little bit of coconut milk in the dough, and that worked out really nicely. I really like that flavor. Okay, so again, we're just going to roll these out first. I don't want to cook them yet. I want them to just kind of hang out, marinate a little bit, and we'll move on with cutting the bitter melon. But I like doing, I think little meatballs are such a little joy and a treat. And especially when I do like mini like this, then my kids get excited and they'll eat a lot. Watching this on YouTube when I was scrolling through TikTok, I saw the live pop up in my FYP. Bada bing! So just for anyone who's new, or probably no one knows this yet, so I'm going to start another YouTube channel. So we have the main YouTube channel for all the Vietnamese vlog content. Then we have the CKSK channel, which was where all the edited live streams go and the Tangs editing. But I'm going to leave all these streams that you're seeing now, when these get edited, they're going to go on a new channel called Chad Kubanoff Live. And because these are going to be more quick, simple edit. And then we're going to keep the CKSK page as a place for very upscale, high production videos that Tang's going to edit. So I did have some ideas for like my goal with this streaming kind of content here is to start making like old school Food Network cooking shows. I miss that. That's what I grew up on. I found it very helpful growing up. And then everything just became a cooking contest show, which I understand gets the views, but I think we have enough of that, and I think we have enough of just YouTube food videos, not even cooking videos, just Mr. Beast cooking videos. I guess I would say it like that. I don't want to do that. So for the live streams that are super simple, I'm thinking about going sort of old school, bringing about the classics, old school Multi Mario, old school Emerald Live, not Emerald Live, just Emerald. That kind of vibe. And then maybe for the high production videos with Tang, one idea was to try to recreate Good Eats. I love Good Eats so much. And I thought that was such a valuable show when I was growing up. So maybe doing that kind of show with Tang. Or we were talking about like making something Michelin, taking basic food and trying to like upscale it to fine dining. And then the other show was like, I guess that's kind of the same thing, like recreating like McDonald's and making it fine dining, that kind of vibe. What, are you more interested in seeing like Good Eats where we're learning cooking techniques and then we're being shown how it's being shown in different ways to help understand how these things work or how to do it well? Or do you like the more of a kind of a challenge show where we're upscaling or upgrading something? Let me know what you'd rather see or rather watch. I'm still debating, on the high production show, I'm still debating what I think the best strategy is moving forward. And with Tang, we got to make sure that whatever we're doing with him is going to work, is going to get views, because with Tang, we put so much effort into every project. Every video is multiple days. We probably can make one a week maximum. Well, not maximum, but minimum one a week, maximum 2 a week. But it takes a long time. I miss Good Eats. That's what I'm saying, Good Eats. I know there's love for Good Eats. I know people that grew up with it love it. And I don't think there's anything like that right now, right? Is there any kind of show like that that's got that same sort of vibe or similar vibe? I would love to see a mystery basket type video. If I did that, I would need another person, right? It can't just be a mystery basket against myself. I would need a competitor. It could be like a Beat Bobby Flay kind of thing. But the problem with that kind of show is always finding a new guest is hard. And then part of the job just becomes finding another chef to challenge. And maybe that's easy for the first 4 or 5, but what about when we're on episode 20? Then it gets a little harder. Why are we making the meatballs smaller this time? It's not smaller. This scoop is bigger. So I cut it in 6 instead of 4. But honestly, I would make them half the size if I had the time. I love, the smaller the better, in my opinion. Did you try to make these tight ball? When did you want to put pressure when shaping a meatball, and when would you want to keep it kind of loose? In this situation, I'm keeping kind of loose because I just want to go fast. But I think in most times I want to add some strength to it. If I wasn't on live right now, I'd take a little bit more time to roll these tighter. Is there a time when I want to keep them loose? I guess the only time I'd want to keep them loose is when I'm trying to really create something super soft and it's going to be potentially put in a container and then steamed. If I'm trying to make the meatball to enjoy a soft texture, a fluffiness, and I want something delicate, then I would not try to compact them, and then but they would have to be steamed, or they'd have to be, maybe they could put them in a container and roast it as well. But that kind of texture, that kind of meatball, is not something you can put in a pan and turn, because it would break apart. So anytime I'm going to be a little bit rough with the item, I need to make sure it has some strength to it. The super soft meatball is a fun idea, though. I think there could be some nice dishes like that. Oh, I still forgot. I was craving stuffed cabbage. I'm making stuffed cabbage soon. Okay, let me get this board clean. I don't like any raw pork on my board, bro. Let's get some soapy water again. Are you gonna track me? Let's see. Yes, you're back on camera? No. Hold on. Okay. You there? You got me? Okay. Okay. How about you? Why don't you come with me too? Okay, cool. All right, so we're just getting some soapy water on the board. Just make sure we are clean, good to go. Those meatballs are amazing, by the way. Are you getting a divorce? Never. I love my wife so much. No chance. It's just a joke. It's a joke. Someone had this idea last stream. I thought it was a funny idea, so we're doing it. How would you feel if your kids start their own YouTube, TikTok, and make their own videos? I encourage it heavily. I constantly tell them to do it. I would help them completely if they want to do it. I think Tree should start a podcast. Tree never stops talking, so he would be great at it. Or they're super into Legos. We'll see. I mean, I am at the mind that at this point, for young people, they need to take control over their life and start doing something on their own and not just try to get a job and work for somebody, because I don't think that's a good future plan. I don't think depending on getting a job from a boss is a good strategy moving forward. So regardless of what it is, they have to do something on their own accord, in my opinion, because I don't know what you're going to be able to trust or rely on in the next decade, 2 decades, besides for yourself. Okay. Bitter melon. I love it so much. It's bumpy. It's wriggly. Wrinkly. It's bitter, but oh so sweet. This was something that I didn't quite get at first. But I didn't hate it. I wasn't like forced to eat it as a kid, so I don't have any sort of absolute dread from it. When I ate it, I just thought, wow, that's bitter. That's weird. But the more I ate it, the more I was able to try this certain style of can, this certain style of soup where this thing is stuffed with meat. Oh my God, do I love it now. It is so satisfying. It does something to my body. It's like chicken soup where that kind of warms your soul, but even more. To me, it's like chicken soup times 5. There's something so satisfying, something so savory, and something so just warming to my insides when I have this, especially in the soup variety. So that's what we're inspired to do here. With the bitter melon, we're just going to cut it in half. Wait, not that one. Forward. There we go. Okay, we're going to cut it in half. Because this, we're not stuffing it, we're just going to dice it. So I'm just going to cut all these in half right now. We're going to switch to here. Bada bing. Look at those 2 different board shots. How amazing. Okay. Okay. Now, I think this is a lot of bitter melon. 4 bitter melons, a lot of bitter melon, but I don't know. I'm going for it. I don't want to waste it. What, am I going to use 3 and then just have one random one sitting there? So I'm going to use all 4. I'm not going to complain. When is the divorce? Never. There's no divorce. I love my wife. Never getting divorced. What was the sauce called that you used to post about all the time? Oh, Chinsu? Is that what you mean? The packaged bottled sauce? If that's what you mean, then it was Chinsu. Unwrapped was an amazing show. Unwrapped was a great show on Food Network. It's a lot more work, though, and you don't like sponsorships, but with an Amazon exports, a way for folks to understand how the item's made and buy direct. I loved Unwrapped. That would be very hard. I would have to have a partner or producer for that show. I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle all that. Like, in the studio, I'm in complete control, and then that's easy for me to organize. But trying to go out to factories and stuff, that would be great. If anyone is interested in producing that show, I'd love to be the host of that show, but I can't do that one alone. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoop out the insides. This kind of interior, this white stuff, it's kind of like fluffy. Almost like cotton. And so this is just the seeds and the membrane, so we're just gonna take that out. Texturally, it's not nice, and I do believe this is even more bitter than the fruit itself. For a future banh mi, might I suggest a Middle Eastern take with cumin, minced lamb, onions, and dates? You might, and that sounds pretty damn top tier to me. Where are we go? That's my overhead. Okay. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I love this flavor so much. Anything lamb, I'm so excited. And honestly, I like dates, but I very rarely cook with them. I just usually eat them, so I like the idea of putting that in there for sure. Oh, I forgot too. I just remembered pomegranate molasses. I haven't had that flavor in a long time. I like that too. Pomegranate molasses would work out with that flavor too. Alton Brown has been making YouTube videos similar to Good Eats. I did see him doing, him popping up on YouTube again, which is exciting. And he is growing fast, obviously. Alton Brown is the GOAT. I'm glad to see him doing YouTube again. I just feel like there's not really, I don't know, cooking content now. It's not what it was when I was growing up. It doesn't feel as genuine, I guess. Okay, there we go. So, our bitter melon is cleaned at this point. Now, because we're doing this with the orzo pasta, and it's going with the meatballs, I'm thinking about the size of the meatball. I'm thinking about the orzo pasta. I'm thinking, what do I want this texture to be like? At this point, I can go, I'm either thinking like the half moon, which I think will be kind of cool, or I could do it in a small dice and kind of cube it up. If I do it like the half moon, it's going to kind of look like the spinach for, that would normally be in Italian wedding steak. What do you guys think? Should I slice it up thin or should I cube it? Would adding some mop be good in the kind of meatball you say? Yes, yes, it would be good, for sure, for sure. It would be a little bit different texture, a little bit different style, but it would absolutely be good. I'm really happy with this current texture, though. Idea could be you eat at top-rated street food, and then you try to recreate or make it better in studio, and then have your family rate yours against the street food to see who's better. Yes, we've had that idea as well. Anybody else really like that idea? With anything we do with Tang, a tremendous amount of work, so we just want to make sure we're being intelligent in how we're doing it. And that definitely was an idea. It's a cool one. How about though, what's the challenge if we're going to some auntie who's been making the same dish for 50 years and then you got young white guy who's gonna be like, I can make it better? You think that's gonna cause problems? A little bit of drama. Did you pick that from your tree? No, our one bitter melon we had is rotten now. I think it was the first one of the plant, so it's just a tiny little thing. And then it quickly turned yellow. But it did produce seeds, so we're gonna plant the new seeds. Chef, when is the paella happening? My wife wants to eat the paella for dinner. We're not for breakfast. And so we need to stream it at nighttime. And right now, my schedule, I'm not gonna stream at nighttime right now. I'm gonna stream on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, the way we're doing it now. And I'm gonna edit all these videos now. So now I'm freaking busy again. I'm back in the editing board. So I'm trying to stream, edit, and get ahead of the game and start bringing more revenue into this channel so then I can hire somebody to do all the editing for this channel, and then I'll stream at nighttime. But right now my time is completely taken over at the moment. I'm back to working my ass off. I was always working my ass off, but now I'm even working harder. Any plans on filming in a different country with your family? Yep, but not anytime soon. I don't know why, but you remind me of Jimmy from Shameless. Well, Shameless is a good friggin' show. Maybe, hopefully I don't have that same behavior, but I don't mind a little playfulness. Bake Chef. How's it going, Chef? What do you think of Viet Cajun food? I want to make Viet-style boudin sausage. I like it. I don't have that much of it. But I think the flavors that I've had worked. I think it's interesting. I think like Old Bay and lemongrass is kind of cool and does work. And I think when you combine butter into Vietnamese food, it works. It's interesting. Okay. All right, I'm going to go with the slices. I think the slices is going to be the way. So we're going to slice this as thin as I can because I know my wife likes really thin bitter melon. And again, I think this is going to kind of give it that sort of wilted spinach vibe, what you would see in the Italian wedding often. So this sort of long mixture is what we're looking for. Of course, you could slice this on a mandolin too. But if your knife cuts are good, you can do it by hand. You're making the soup again. I'm making a different kind of soup. A different kind. But similar, inspired by it. Overhead cam. Let's go. I just upgraded everything yesterday. I'm very excited about my new camera situation. This is going to get better and better for me. Now I understand how the system works because I just redid everything myself. So this, the stream is going to get better and better. Once I get my whole control system set up and I'm not thinking about it anymore or looking, I just know where the buttons are. It's going to get tight. I'm very excited to get really good at switching and live streaming and doing all that stuff. And I want to get my soundboard too. I need custom sounds. Have you and your wife slept in separate rooms before? Very, very, very rare. Maybe 4 or 5 times. Maybe, yeah, definitely that happened. When we had a baby, and the baby was loud at night, and maybe I had to go to work in the morning, so my wife would sleep in the guest room with the baby, or I don't remember who slept in the guest room, but I know we slept separate. Just not every night, for a couple nights. That's really it. During arguments, no. No, my wife would never let me sleep without her. Even during an argument, she might hate the heck out of me, but if I try to leave, she's coming. Which is quite annoying, but maybe a positive thing. I have, I guess it was a second cousin, although I refer to them as an uncle. They were just older than me. Or an aunt, rather. She always said, never go to bed angry. That was her. They were married for a very, very long time. And one of their rules was never go to bed angry. I can't say I've never went to bed angry, though. I've definitely gone to bed angry before. Okay. Okay, that is a lot of bitter melon. Good amount. Now I got a tomato purely because I just have it and I don't want to waste it. So, and it's a single by itself. So I'm going to throw it in. It's not going to do any harm and I don't want to waste it. So we'll do just a small dice on this and we'll just assume that this is going to break down and melt into the broth. So no issues there. Cam is tracking fast on YouTube. Yes, I'm going to slow that down. I did notice that myself too. Sleigh Riders asking for those au gratin potatoes. We were talking about it. We were, what did I say? Oh, I bought these tiny onions. Sleigh Rider, maybe you didn't see it before. I bought these tiny onions. I found them. I'm very excited about them. And I think I'm going to probably roast them whole in the oven. So if I roast these onions whole, that means it's probably going to go with a piece of steak or a piece of roasted pork loin. And if I have a piece of roasted pork loin or a steak, potatoes might be needed. And if I want to do potatoes, an au gratin of some kind might occur. We'll find out. Why is it called divorce soup? Because we're making it with bitter melon. So this would either be something that you make for your ex because you dislike them, or bitter melon also means, it's called khoa in Vietnamese, which means the suffering ended, or the suffering has passed. So you could say that your bad relationship has passed. It's really just a joke. It's just a joke. I really just love bitter melon, and I love soup, and I want to eat this. And TikTok wants me to prove I am human. Hello, TikTok. I am a human. There you go. Keep the bitter melon seeds. Yes, we're keeping them. This is exactly what I'm thinking, Nick, too. Food Network is all cooking shows now, kind of lame in my opinion. I agree. I think cooking shows are fun, and I think it's probably good for a network or a channel to have one or two because, that's what people are watching. But Food Network became Food Network because of the chefs behind it, and just it was a place to come and learn how to cook. Food Network. I mean, when I was growing up on Food Network, that was Emerald, that was How to Boil Water, that was Rachel Ray. Who else? But Mary Batali, I really grew up on. Mary Batali and Emerald were probably the two that really I enjoyed. And that kind of content's not really out there, so I want to do that again. How important or unimportant, in your opinion, was Anthony Bourdain to the world of food appreciation? That's pretty damn high. I think anyone who says unimportant is pretty damn ignorant to what's going on or what happened. And I wouldn't be in Vietnam without Anthony Bourdain. I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have had that curiosity to come. I was in Vietnam. I came to Vietnam because I saw Anthony Bourdain on TV going to the streets and eating street food, and I said, I want to eat street food. That was it. So in my personal food appreciation, how important is Anthony Bourdain? Could be 100%, like really high. Sometimes I think the drinking culture that he promoted was not positive. I mean, it's just like go to a foreign country and get trashed. It's fun, but I don't really think that's a great example. But if you ever find yourself in this sort of situation when you're in a foreign country and you don't speak the language, the only thing to do is drink. So I get that too. And if I was in that situation, I'm doing the same thing. When I'm out here in the countryside and I have no Vietnamese under me, the only thing I can do is smile and drink with all the men. So that's what I did. So I was the same. Before I came here, I didn't quite understand that. So maybe I wasn't so happy about that promotion or that promoting that culture. But I get it. So I don't think Bourdain's importance can be overstated at this time period. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long his lineage, his reputation lasts. At what point do the generations stop remembering? I don't know. Have you visited a lot of the northern parts of Vietnam? Not very much. Hanoi, once or twice. I didn't have a good experience. I did not like Hanoi. I still have a great desire to go to Sapa and the Hai Yang Loop. And then I went to Hai Long Bay, overrated. I don't think you should do that. And then Ninh Binh. I like Ninh Binh a lot. I think Ninh Binh's a great northern city, and I think that's the vibe. I much preferred Ninh Binh more than I did Hanoi. And probably my number one city I want to go to right now in the north is Hai Phong. I really want to go to Hai Phong. I think Hai Phong has amazing food. Had fish mint finally the other day against my will, and it ruined the whole dish. Yes, welcome to the club. Fish mint is a trash herb, the worst herb. I don't need to experience it again. Are you regretting calling it divorce soup now? No, not regretting it, but my wife is going to be pissed. She's going to be pissed. But she's going to like the soup, so maybe she'll forgive me. Okay, let's get some shallots. I'm debating about garlic or not. I don't think maybe I'll just put a tiny bit. Maybe we'll just do a tiny bit of garlic. Maybe that'll be the way. Usually my wife is not all about garlic in broths. And I understand that, so I'm just gonna go light on it. We'll just do 1 clove. I can't remember the last time I cooked with 1 clove of garlic. That's pretty wild. So for the shallots, we're just gonna slice them thin. I'm not even gonna go for the mince. I'm cool with the thinness. Whoa, what is this jam right now? I wanted to book you for dinner when I was in Ho Chi Minh City in January, but I was busy with the wedding stuff. Well, that's no problem. Congratulations on the wedding stuff. I think January was probably our last dinner, too. That we stopped doing dinners. I think we did Christmas. And then maybe we did the first week of January. Maybe December was the last dinner we did. But we are bringing them back. If you'd like to come in for a dinner here, you can message my wife at cksk@chadkubanov.com or team@chadkubanov.com. Our price is $5 million per person. It's all inclusive. That includes all drinks, everything, all in. That's around $190 per person if you're interested. Okay, the garlic, I'm going to cut the seam. Okay, bada bing. Diverse soup is turning into redemption soup. Heard that. What are some breakup relationship stories you can share? I don't know. What can I don't have many breakups in my life. And I don't really have any deep love interest before my wife. I mean, there's some girls I liked that we hooked up or hanged out with, but it wasn't like, I wasn't in love, like really in love. So the breakup really wasn't anything worth talking about. Relationship advice, or relationship stories. The first time I met my wife, the first date we ever went on, I just got to Vietnam. I am a young man who is balancing or understanding the new bacteria of my new homeland. So I just got here. We're probably, I'm guessing 2 to 3 weeks into this country. I'm going through one of these illnesses or sicknesses or a weak stomach. So we meet up early in the morning. We go to the market. We go eat some street food. I'm so excited. I got this cute girl driving me on a motorbike. We go eat some food on the market. I'm so excited. And then after we had food, we were going to drive out. I just wanted to leave the city. So we were going to go drive an hour, a little more countryside. And then probably 10 minutes after we had breakfast, I was like, oh shit, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I had to go to the bathroom, like not a normal have to go to the bathroom, like an emergency kind of go to the bathroom. So we're driving over this bridge. We're in the middle of the bridge, and I'm like, shit. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is like a serious problem. So the first thing off the bridge, we take a right into like this coffee shop area so I can go to the bathroom. And then the bathroom there's like a little dock over the river, and then there's like just a plank, I guess, a few planks of wood with a hole in the center. And I'm looking down, and I see all these fish looking up at me. Like, okay. And then around my little bathroom area is a wall that's about 1.5 feet high. There's no big wall. There's no privacy whatsoever. There's 1.5 feet step up where I'm squatting. And then I'm squatting, and then there's a little tiny like fence around me. I know she can see me. I can see her. And then I'm like, I have no choice, right? This has to happen. So I start going, and I look around. I'm like, oh, there's no toilet paper. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. And then the only thing I found was just a little piece of ripped up, dirty magazine. And that's what I had to use there. It was a crazy story. It was not a fun situation. She still decided to go with this crazy man. And that story gets even a little more intense. That just because I went to the bathroom one time doesn't mean I didn't have to go later in that day. So there was more incidents that day. I tried your tomato egg bitter melon recipe and loved it. It was my first time trying bitter melon. Love to hear that. And I think bitter melon is so good with the egg. If you cook it well with the egg and you cook it a long time, make the bitter melon soft, most people really like it. Like even my brother, he loved it and he craves that. So when we see him, that's one thing he wants us to make. After my comment from last week, how about making pre-nut pancakes? Oh, Darren, was that you? That's a great idea. Pre-nut pancakes or lawyer layer cake. I like this idea. I like this idea. Let me, I mean, it's funny to begin with, but let me see if anything comes from that, because that's a funny idea. Pre-nut pancakes. That's funny. Hey, Chef from Toronto. What's up, Dayton? I used to watch Jacques Pepin on PBS as a kid. Is he any good? Yes, Jacques Pepin's a beast. Yes, beast. All right, I'm going to keep cooking. I'm not using it today, but I just thought it was very exciting. There's a vendor next door to me, not next door, 2 minutes away. They sell bún bò Huế, and they also sell cơm gà, or chicken rice. And so they boil a lot of chickens, and then they sell chicken fat for $2. So I'm so excited to just be able to buy as much chicken fat as I want. He said he always has it. Freaking $2 for chicken fat? Amazing. That is a very, very exciting thing. Chicken fat may be the best cooking medium. I love it. Okay. All right, we're going to do pork fat with our new stove camera. I'm going to do pork fat in both now while we're here. I'm going to cook the soup in there, and I'm going to cook the meatballs in here like last week. Okay, decent amount. And again, with this, I'm not trying to get color. I'm not trying to make toastiness. I'm not trying to get color. I just want to soften everything. So the shallots and the garlic are going in right now. Can I do this? Boom, then in. And because I'm not trying to get color, I wish you would just track me thing. There you go. Track me up. There we go. Now come with me. No, not yet. Track. Bro, track. You locked in? There we go. All right. Because I'm trying to sweat these out, I want moisture to come out. So I'm putting salt in now so that the moisture will be drawn out of the onions and shallots so we can hopefully prevent any darkness, any caramelization. Pre-nut pancakes, that's a funny thing. It's Anthony Bourdain's anniversary today? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Chad, did you ever look into the vlog idea some more? No, Slay Rider, I did. I'm sorry. I'm locked in right now. What are the best ingredients? What are the best ingredients to add flavor? Yak, that's a crazy question. And I'm just saying it's crazy because there's so many things. It's hard to answer that. I could give you 1,000 things. Maybe if you narrow it down for me a little bit and what you're trying to make or what you have in your refrigerator or something, I can answer that, but that's everything. You know, there's so many different things to say. A classic Minh Thai toilet. Yes, that's true. That is countryside in the Mekong toilet style. Okay. And the shallots and garlic are already a little bit sweaty in a good way. So I'm going to go with the tomato here as well. Right in. And again, once again, I'm not trying to get any color. I don't have any stock to add to this, and Fred gave me all of his chicken powder before he went back to America, so I have this. I never really used this. Well, we'll go for it. All right, we'll try some of this in here. So instead of seasoning this with salt, I'm just going to season this with the chicken powder. I know I'm going to add the water, so this is eventually going to be the broth. So I'm not worried about adding it now, and I'd rather do that than the salt. Then more salt, rather. And now that I added tomatoes in here, I know there's more water in the pan, moisture in the pan, so I can turn the heat up. Why is it called divorce soup? Because it's like a joke of something you would serve to either your ex-wife or for yourself after a divorce. And it's really just a play on what we did. We made a wedding soup last week, so this is a play on that if it was a divorce soup. Love your cooking. Thank you so much, Chloe. Chicken fat with cơm gà and soy sale is chicken fat is such a good medium for cooking. I think pork fat is versatile and less aromatic than chicken fat, but if you're doing a savory dish and you're starting to stir fry something, chicken fat is just so good. Okay, these tomatoes are breaking down. Getting very sticky, especially with that bouillon powder in here now. Stop the track and go to the burner. Burner, bro. Burner, bro. Why are you not working? Oh, wrong button. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna add the bitter melon now. Bitter melon's going in. And then I wanna do that. Boom. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna stir the bitter melon up. Maybe that bouillon was a bad idea. It's sticking to the pan. All right, I won't do that again. But it's coming up now. Okay. We're gonna let that cook on slow heat. Now we're gonna start cooking our meatballs. Fred's mom back from Chicago. Your son is getting ready to get on his airplane flight. Did you eat anything good in Chicago? Did you find a good spot? All right, then we're gonna do the meatballs as well. The meatballs, we're trying to do the same thing. We don't want to get super colored on them. We want them nice and light. So we'll just throw these in our pan. We'll definitely do this in 2 batches. Okay. Went to the ER this morning at 3 a.m. Had my appendix taken out. Whoa, Sammy D, that's crazy. I've heard, I've known some people got their appendix. I knew a girl who her appendix exploded while she was on the line. And she was a beast. She just kept on working eventually she just like shut down. She's like, I gotta go. That's a serious thing. Okay, bitter melon's cooking, meatballs are cooking. What else? Oh, let's get these cordyceps out. Been a huge fan for a long time. What's your favorite dish, Brody? Why can you ask me that question? That's a crazy question. I can never answer this, right? So I can answer it. What's my favorite dish right now? Okay, I'll give you my favorite dish right now. My favorite dish will change tomorrow, next week. I'm really into souvlaki's right now. I really like souvlaki. I think souvlaki is pretty fantastic, pretty tasty. These meatballs are looking nice. With all that extra breadcrumb, they get so much strength. They don't break apart easily, so I can kind of easily rotate them. That's very nice. And again, with these, I'm not trying to get color. I'm trying to keep it light. Have you ever had the core coconut trunk before? It tastes like vegan pork belly? Yes. Heart of palm? Yes. And actually, on my mother-in-law's property, there was a coconut tree that was getting kind of old and they wanted to get rid of it off the property. And so we cut it was last Tet. We cut the coconut tree down, my brother-in-law and me, with a knife, with a cleaver. We had 2 cleavers and we're just freaking chopping and chopping, cutting a tree down. That was crazy, but very fun. And then after we cut the tree down, we removed the bark and the outside and pulled out the interior, and then we made salad with the interior of the coconut tree. That was really cool. That was a really cool experience. Rewatched your old school videos the other day. Saw you had a man bun. It was weird seeing you with that. Yes, even me. I was trying. Yesterday, I was trying to organize the new YouTube channel for where all these streams are going to go, and I have the super old channel where it's like where I was playing music on stage at the malls in Vietnam, and I was a kid back then. It was fun to see them. But I definitely had a man bun phase. I did do that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to throw the meatballs into the bitter melon now. Again, I don't care if they're fully cooked or not. All I really want is that they are seared, that they're going to hold their shape. That's the only thing that's important to me right now. We'll do a little bit more fat. We'll cook the other balls off. All right, get rid of that. And now I'm going to add some water. We'll start adding water to our soup pot. So let's get some fresh water as opposed to old water. What's up, Tree? I'm live, buddy. Here, we're going to add some water onto this right now. What do you need help with? Yeah. Uh-huh. Is Mommy awake? You can tell JD to come down here then. You can tell JD she can just stay in here with me. Okay. Water's in there. I'm probably going to add some more water to this as well. This one, today I want to have the soup a little bit more soupy than last time. A little bit less thick than last time. Last time was really good. I did really like it. But for this one, I do want a little bit more of a brothy sort of texture. Okay. All right, so yeah, let's do a little bit more broth in here. We'll finish these meatballs. We'll go ahead and taste that off. Ah, Chef, I did buy the BK carbon steel pan. Nice job. That you recommend. I only have induction stove and an oven. What do I have to do with the pan before the first usage? The BK one should be seasoned up. You don't have to do anything. So go ahead and just use it. Something that I'll do, if you're having trouble with that pan, if you feel like it's sticking, or if you feel like you just didn't clean it really well one time, or it's starting to get like stuff developing on it, put it on your stove, and the induction burner is not going to work as well, but you can still do it. Put it on your stove, put some salt into the pan, and just turn it on high heat. And you want to you're trying to like burn the pan. You can't burn the pan, but you're trying to burn the pan. So put the salt in there, get it high heat, and use the salt to kind of scratch the surface, and that salt will help rub off anything on that surface. After you feel like you got the pan, and you got to be careful though, because the salt's going to be very hot. But after you feel like you got the pan cleaned with that salt, you could also flip the pan over and rub the backside too. And from there, you're just going to put some oil, any kind of fat. I think I used pork fat the last time, but any kind of fat will work. And then rub the pan with a very, very thin layer. After you turn the heat off, rub the pan very thin with a little bit of oil, and then let it cool down. That's it. Oh, hello, my little lovely lady. I think you're hanging out with me, okay? I heard you destroyed Tree and Liam's fort. Did you destroy Tree and Liam's fort? You only destroyed Tree's fort, not Liam's fort. Okay, well I heard you destroyed Tree's fort. Did you destroy Tree's fort? Okay, well that's a problem. Why'd you do that? All right, why don't you sit with me for a little bit, honey pie? Okay. Okay, you can sit with me, girlie pie. I'm super excited to see what Michael is up to. Michael's doing well. Michael's doing well. He's finding his footing here. And he's working now. He's got his head down. He's focused, so it's exciting for him. All right, so we have, oops, wrong button. We have our cordyceps mushroom. If you've never seen these things, they're crazy. It's like, it doesn't look like a mushroom. It almost looks like tiny orange asparagus, kind of. Apparently very healthy. I don't know. We're just gonna snip off the top. We'll leave the funky bottom. Okay. That's gonna be it from me. And then this one, I do want to cut this in half again. I don't want these to be too big. That's it. And apparently these are super, super healthy, so we don't have that much. And they're definitely a pricey mushroom for what they are. But they're getting pretty common in Vietnam and very readily available. Basically every supermarket has them now, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to throw these right into our soup. Straight in. And we'll let that boil in there. The meatballs are ready to go. Probably a little bit darker than I want them to be, but we're in now. Okay. Do I want to get rid of this fond, huh? Should I use that flavor? How can I get rid of a fond? How could I not use this? All right, fine, I'll use it up. Even though I don't want it to be that dark, I'll use it. So I'm just adding a little bit of water to help release that fond. I can't throw away that. Okay. Okay, and I'm even thinking I might just try to use this pan to boil my pasta too. Let's try to save our pans. Camera. This tracking iPod is not amazing. I'll say that. There we go. It's not amazing. All right, so I'm adding water to this pan. We're gonna cook our pasta in here. Why not? Keep it simple. Oh, and I forgot. One day I will actually remember to do our secret that we figured out last week with this particular pot. The burner's not a good size for it. So we gotta move this thing. Now we're gonna do better. There we go. Okay. Woo! When grocery shopping, do you go per meal for your week? Do you go per meal for a week, organize all meals ahead of time? No, I would go to grocery shopping the day before. If I was in America, I would go for the week. And if I was in America, I would just load up and start cooking from there. But here, every supermarket is 2 minutes away. The market's 2 minutes away. So usually I buy the day before. And I never have a plan either. You know, usually I'll just start buying stuff that I see that just looks good to me or gets some interest. You know, when we're doing like the streams, then I have some plan of what I'm gonna do. But typically, if I'm not streaming, I would just buy whatever I see at the market that's exciting. Okay, I like the look of this. Are you okay? Huh? The little pasta. Remember the little baby pasta? You don't remember the little baby pasta? How about can I do it desk wide? And then go over here. Wait a minute. This is not working. All right, fine. Something's got to be tweaked on the system. Where is he streaming? We're streaming in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. Wait, are you getting divorced? No, no, just a joke. No. No, I didn't get divorced. None is divorced. No, no, no. Is any dish involving ice cream? Evil vanilla ice cream? I understand that question coming from you, but what do you mean by that? Is there any dish in Vietnam involving ice cream? Are we making an ice cream today? What are you asking? When grocery shop, oh yeah. Is it popular as a vegan meat it's popular as a vegan meat as jackfruit is good on its own as a fruit too. Just a bit of misconception of Western culture. Yeah, jackfruit's amazing. Going back when you first arrived in Vietnam, do you remember first feeling you got seeing Vietnam for the first time? Yeah, I felt like I was in a different world. I literally felt like I was on a different planet. It was so foreign. It was so bizarre what was going on around me. I came from Restaurant Alenia, which was at the time the best restaurant in America. And then I came over here, I had all this food training, everything, and I go to the market and there's raw pork sitting on a piece of cardboard in the sun. And I'm like, what? What? You can't do that. But they do it. And it happens every single day. And it's on a whole okay. Yeah, I was baffled. I felt the heat. Immediately I felt the humidity get off the airplane. That was intense. And then also the, what was I going to say? The heat was crazy. And then there was just the pure excitement too. I was just so excited. I just wanted to try everything. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. Please add pasta to the Italian soup. We will. I work for a predominantly white company as a food scientist in R&D. Someone suggested using jackfruit in our formula, and my manager goes, "Ew, isn't that used for vegan meats?" As a vegan, I'm offended. What did they want to use the jackfruit for? What sort of product are you working on or flavor are you working on? Is it a savory or did they want to use the ripe fruit as something? I love jackfruit. I love jackfruit in its white. I love it in its underripe form. It is good, and it's really nice as a salad. But I love it as a ripe fruit. It is my favorite fruit. It is my favorite tropical fruit. I think jackfruit is incredible when it's ripe. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this soup cooked. We're going to cook this pasta once our water gets to a boil. And I want to finish the soup with some egg, too. I want to kind of make it an egg drop soup. That's sort of the vibe. So let's get some eggs. Oh, I have some over here. Oh, let's use these big boys. For a sweet energy drink flavor, that's a great idea. A jackfruit energy drink, I would get. I would get that. And there's got to be some marketing too. Jackfruits are gigantic. They're big and strong. You want to get stronger, want to get bigger? Jackfruit juice, whatever. Good evening, chef. I may have missed it, but what is the difference between wedding soup and divorce soup? The difference is we're putting bitter melon inside. So we're still going to go with that, the little meatballs, and we're using egg to try to represent like new beginnings. And the jackfruit is either going to represent you're cooking for your ex who you hate, so you're giving them bitter food, or jackfruit, I'm sorry, did I say jackfruit? Bitter melon, because it's bitter, so you're cooking for your ex, or you're cooking for yourself, and bitter melon in Vietnamese means the suffering has passed. That's the name of the fruit, the suffering has passed. So, yeah, so that's the other idea. If you're cooking for yourself, you're done with your bad relationship. But it's all just a joke, just a joke. By the way, that Mu Ping place that sells the skewers you got last time in D4 closed apparently. Bummer. We went to the D7 location. The D4, I've never been there. That's a bummer. But the D7 one is open, I can guarantee that. We went, and it's good. Yes, my love. Do I remember the Poke Bowl? I do remember the Poke Bowl. And it was really good. Here, let me give you a mic, honey, just in case you want to talk, okay? Okay, so if you want to say anything now, people can hear you, okay? Is that good now? Perfect. I'm so happy. That's good for you. Wait a minute. Wide. Okay, water's coming to boil. How many eggs are I going to put in here? 3, I think. I think 3 eggs is going to work. Yeah, 3 eggs is good. Chef, the video of you meeting up with Michael was great. Sweet to how the kids interact with... Oh, they love Michael so much. Michael's a good dude. Michael's a good dude, and Michael is excellent with children. He really is very, very, very good with children. He likes children, and children like him right away. And he's kind of a cool, fun uncle, so they always enjoy him. And he's a great babysitter. We had some pretty good food. That last place we ate was... We had lunch today... Oh, in Chicago. We had lunch today at Gordon Ramsay's burger joint. Whoa. Okay, cool. Push-In. Are they looking to add protein creatine to their energy drink as well? Those Grunz gummies that have the multivitamin probiotic shrooms are a game changer. Never had that before. Chef, on a previous live, Jade asked about chocolate rice. It reminded me of chaparrado, a Filipino chocolate pudding dish we eat for breakfast, snack, or dessert. Try it. Chocolate Lover approved. I saw that recently. Yes, I will try that. I did see that dish. Let me just crank this down one. All right, salt's going in. We are good on the water boiling. And again, we're just going to try to cook this in the same container. Let's save pots. I would love to just get this. The soup's not really boiling yet, and there's potentially raw pork in here, so I'm not ready to try it until I see a little bit more of a simmer going on. But we're close. It's a big pot of soup in here. Okay, so we're simmering now. Let's taste the soup, see if we're on point with seasoning, flavors, and all that jam. Good. Bitter. Whoa, that's kind of bitter, bro. That's kind of bitter, bro. Where's a bowl? All right, let's put our eggs in here. When the bitter melon is bitter, you have a couple, and sometimes it's more bitter than other times. Definitely eggs helps with the bitterness. Sugar helps with the bitterness. Cooking it longer helps with the bitterness too. So I'm going to cook that longer. I'm not worried about it yet. I'm going to cook it longer. I know I'm adding egg. And a little bitterness I'm not afraid of. All right, so I'm going to add the pasta to my water. And we are going to try to cook this pasta about 60%, 70% of the way. And we'll finish it in the soup too, so it can release some of its starch in the soup and absorb some of that liquid. For the egg, you okay, baby? You what? Your earring, Phil? You can just leave it right here. For the egg, I'm debating about adding anything inside of this egg. Whoa. Come over here, buddy. Come over here. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Okay, walk with me. Dude, you need to walk with me. You need to walk over here. Okay. Typically for the egg drop, or if I'm putting egg inside of Italian soup, usually I put some Parmesan cheese or some broth or something inside. So I'm debating if I want to add anything. Well, we're mixing it right now. At the minimum, I'm going to add some of the stock. So we'll go ahead and grab a little bit of this broth. Oops, and then we'll come over here and add it into our egg. Yes, baby. Why is the camera moving? Because I'm awesome and did a really cool setup. Why was the camera looking at you? Because it found your face and stuck to it. Maybe because you're cuter than I am and the camera liked you better. That's probably what happened. You know, honey, I can't compete, you know? Who do you think is cuter, JD, me or you? A hard question. Wait, what? You? Are you serious? You think you're cuter than me? Huh? I'm not a kid. But I got a cute butt though, right? What did you say? My butt's not, and I poop a lot. Don't play with the mic, honey. Don't play with the mic. Hey, JD, tell your daddy you were testing the integrity of tree sport and it failed. She will get smart enough. She'll be saying stuff like that soon. Huh? Oh, they said you're so cute and so funny. Have you ever tried beer bread before? Is it good? I don't know what beer bread is. I've never seen that before. A friend gave me, no, I never had beer bread. Is that like a brown pumpernickel kind of bread? I mean, I like that flavor a lot. Let's go ahead and try this broth again. Now we're boiling hard. I'm gonna turn it down. I don't need to boil that hard. I will put the noodles in. I'm boiling noodles, honey. Don't play with the mic. Stop playing with the mic. All right, people hear that. All right, so the pasta still probably needs 2 or 3 minutes. The broth is bitter. It's getting a little less bitter. We'll see what happens in a little bit, and the eggs will help. Need to see more desserts. How about a matcha and dragon fruit tiramisu? That's a cool idea. I like the idea of a purple dragon fruit with matcha. I think the color would be really beautiful, that super bright red and the green. Tree would love that. Matcha powder and dragon fruit, you're right. I'm just thinking, I like that idea. I do like that. Oh, Austin agrees. Matcha and dragon fruit does sound good. Chef, what's the tradition with wedding rings in Vietnam compared to the West? I've noticed you don't wear one, and Thuy isn't wearing a rock on her finger. I don't wear one because it broke. I don't really know for traditional Viets, but we had rings. Mine just broke. We didn't repair it yet. And Thuy's ring, I forget what happened to it. I don't know if it doesn't fit her anymore, or maybe the stone fell out or something. I don't remember. We just don't really care. It's not really like a thing for us, so it doesn't really matter. For other people, I can't state, but for us, it doesn't matter. Did you get divorced? No, Dark Cloud. This is just a joke. We want to make something. We made wedding soup before, and we're trying to make something. If you got a divorce, what would it be? When I first saw you, I thought Ewan McGregor. Ewan? Owen? Is it Owen McGregor, right? Is that how you spell Owen? Started a cooking channel. Okay. I had a comment. I missed it. Oh, is there teachers in Vietnam? What do you mean by that? Of course, there's teachers everywhere. Teachers everywhere. Okay, this pasta still has a little bit of texture to it. But I think we're pretty close on that point. Noodles close. I'm gonna wait another 30 seconds so it has more time. Okay? That sound good? Sound much more better? I'm so glad it sounds much more better. Dead or alive, name 5 chefs you would love to cook for. Chef Curtis Duffy. Thomas Keller. You say love. I mean, these guys, I wouldn't love to cook for. I'd be terrified to cook for. But probably the top of the list. Curtis Duffy, Thomas Keller. Bourdain. I guess Danielle Boulou. I like Danielle. He's cooking. I'd be wonder if he'd still remembered me. That would be pretty crazy. When I was working at Alenia, Chef Danielle came to eat at Alenia, and then he walked back in the kitchen, and they saw me, and he goes, "You have one of mine. You took one of mine." I thought that was really funny. I'm just surprised he remembered me. I was an 18-year-old kid. I was a nobody cook in his kitchen, but just that he remembered me was pretty cool. I did spill olive oil on his shoes, so that may be why he remembered me. And another chef I would love to cook for. I like Luke Nguyen a lot. I have a lot of respect for Luke Nguyen. I think he's a badass. Let's go there. I think I got one more spot. Let me think of somebody else. All right, yes, honey pie. How did I get so old? Every year. Every year it just happens. Huh? Celebrate my birthday? They did. I don't know. I'm sure they still think about it now, but it's not something I think about. Do they miss me? I'm sure they miss me. I'm sure they miss me. All right, let's train this pasta while I'm still here. You're tracking. You're not tracking. Here you go. And you're tracking? You're not tracking. You suck as a tracking tripod. That was a bad $9 spent. I'm going to have to buy a better one. All right, let's strain out the pasta. Emeril Lagasse. I'd love to cook for Emeril Lagasse, I guess. Big respect for Emeril. Okay, we got our little pasta here. This is going to go right in our soup. And the pasta's still got another, let's say, 3 minutes. Ow, that was hot. I'm going to bring the pasta over to me. Oh, yeah. I turned the wrong burner off. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're moving it. Okay. Yes, honey pie. Say what? Do I have what? Floor mites? Four mites. What's a four mite? Oh, 4 mics. Do I have 4 mics? Is that what you're saying? Oh, now I understand. Do I have 4 mics? I do have 4 mics. Only 3 of them work right now, though, honey. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. The stove is just acting a little bit funny. Okay, give me back to me, bro. Wide. All right, let's try the soup out with the pasta. Definitely a full-ass pan in here. Smells good. I agree. To eat at Joel Robuchon's restaurant would be a dream. I don't want to cook for him. I'd be terrified. It'd be probably even more terrified to cook for him. And even like this, answering that other question is hard. Because these big chefs who I deeply respect, I would be terrified to cook for them. Terrified. I'd be doubting. I wouldn't be. I'd be satisfied with my flavors. I wouldn't be worried about that. I would just be worried about cooking technique. Did I overcook the chicken? Did I undercook the chicken? Did I overcook the salmon? Purely just based, mostly about protein cookery is what I'd be freaking out about. Why is this stove acting weird? I'm gonna go on that back burner. It feels like there's air in the line when I do that. Okay, sorry. The stove was freaking me out for a second. Low income is considered 104K salary under for a single person. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's insane. Low income is 104K. That's insane. Chef, thoughts on bagels, cream cheese, butter, or something else? What would you put on one? The perfect bagel is a very simple answer, and there's a factual answer. Cream cheese, smoked salmon, onion, capers, dill, tomato if you want, cucumber if you want. But cream cheese, smoked salmon, dill, and then some sort of onion, green onion, shallot, raw onion. Oh my God, that's incredible. That's one of the best foods on the planet, in my opinion. I love that so much. You got me? Okay. Yes, I deeply, one of my favorite things. And it's something that my wife absolutely super loves. And I think the average Viet would really appreciate that too. Getting better. Less and less bitter. Still bitter. Still bitter. But less bitter. I'm going to do a little bit more of this chicken bouillon stuff in here. Because I do need a little bit more salt, so we'll add this instead. It's just like dry chicken soup. You could think of it that way. Then we're going to go with some... Oh, I just want my salt. I want a little bit of salt in here. And I'm going to go some MSG. And we'll give that a try in a second. Hey, Chef True, is it true that solo diners get a special kind of treatment at fine dining and Michelin star restaurants? Yes, at the good ones. If you are an upscale restaurant, you have a solo diner and you don't go over and beyond or throw them an extra something, you're missing out. It's always good. Someone who's eating there alone and spending that much money is there for the food. So I think even if you just are doing it because they might be a food reviewer, but I think you should just do it for the hospitality of it and appreciate that you have a solo diner there who's obviously coming for food. They're not coming for the company. So I think that's pretty cool. Wait, are you getting divorced? No, I'm not getting divorced. Not getting divorced. Love my wife. This is just a joke. This is just a play on a wedding soup. That's all. Chef, what about cooking for Uncle Roger? That would be awesome. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Hot take, Kubanov off the rails. Uncle Roger is okay. I think he's very funny. I agree. Uncle Roger is an online internet comedian famous for doing an impersonation. I just think Uncle Roger's a little bit bullshit because his accent, that's not him. He's playing a character for one thing. And then he's also playing this character of like, I'm the expert at all Asian food when he's Malaysian. He's Chinese Malaysian. He maybe knows about Chinese and Malaysian. And okay, great. Maybe you have a strong food knowledge based on that. But when he's talking about other cuisines, he's talking like from a place of expertdom, of wisdom, but he doesn't know. He's like, good. Like, I don't know. And I don't like him talking trash on Jamie Oliver either. You may not like Jamie's recipes or his quick takes or, obviously he's not making authentic food. He's making home versions of a dish, bastardized versions of a dish, and you can talk trash, I guess, for that. But he did try to save school lunch. He did some very, very positive work for the world and for his country and for America as well. So Jamie deserves respect for doing that, for trying to solve school lunch, for trying to get kids to eat healthier. That should not be forgotten, in my opinion. You can talk trash. You can say Jamie doesn't know how the hell to make Vietnamese food, but he's a good dude, at least like that. I don't want to make an entire series or make my entire personality making fun of a chef who's actually a good dude. You can make fun of other chefs. Yes, you can, my love. You want to try it? Be careful. You like it? Good. So happy. It is a little bit bitter, huh? But I think it's good now. The noodles are good. Texture-wise are good. The broth does have a little bit of bitterness. I think some pepper is going to be good in here. What's that guy's name? Uncle Roger. He's a comedian. He's not an expert in food in any way. When the time comes, would you be okay and ready to be empty nesters? No, I want to have a new child every 3 years. That's my goal. My wife does not agree with my strategy, but I want to have a new baby every 3 years and keep it going forever. Forever. Never empty nester. But if that time period does come and I become an empty nester, that'll be the time I open a fine dining restaurant. Part of the reason I don't want to open a restaurant now is I want to spend as much time as I can with my kids while they're young. That's a big part of why I'm not going down that route. Once I open a fine dining restaurant for real, like a real restaurant where it's open every day, my entire life is that. That's my entire life, and I'm not ready to do that right now. I've always said when I'm 50, I'll open a restaurant like that. Are you a fan of nem chua? I love nem chua. I love it. I love it. Nem chua, if you're unfamiliar, is a sour pickled pork sausage. It is super fantastic. I just try not to eat it now because I know it has all the nitrates and all that stuff. I mean, I'm more concerned about the nitrates than I am about the raw pork element, but I do really enjoy it. And if you put it in front of me, I'm going to eat it. I'm just not buying it. You could always substitute baby kiwis when the empty nest happens. Yes. Well, I think probably when that empty nest situation occurs, when we finally can get a dog and I can get all the animals that I want. But until then, my wife she's not really excited to get a dog right now. But I think when the kids are a little bit bigger, she'll be ready to get to that stage. I learned the yellow dragon fruit is highly effective laxative. I think all dragon fruit is a highly effective laxative. Yes. That's so funny. My father worked in a machine shop and it was stolen and my mother's rock fell out on a vacation. Oh, okay, I feel you. Yeah, then the I don't know. I usually don't connect with all of our old traditions about, or should I say, I don't get wrapped up with just normal traditions. If I don't feel it or connect with it, I just don't do it. I don't care. The ring doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything to my wife, so we're fine. We're not on that page. And I really don't like wearing rings. The only ring I had my wedding ring for a while, and I used to wear my grandfather's ring. I did kind of like that one. I did like that, but I prefer nothing. I don't like having things on my fingers. You're getting divorced? No, Ninja, we're not. There's no such thing as empty nesting in Viet culture. That's true, too. And the other thing, too, is like, even the empty nesting thing, I probably should have stated. Like, my whole game plan is to buy a big-ass piece of land. I want 100 acres. So 100 acres, I want to build a lot of houses on that property. So my kids are welcome to live with me and work on that property forever if they would like to. And I think probably they will. Okay, let's throw this egg in here. And so I did just add a little bit of broth to the egg, but nothing else. And I think I'm just going to do it as is. And I added a little bit of broth too, just to help make the egg strands thinner as we poured them in. Let's get stove on that one. Oh, I like this shot. It's a good shot. I'll rearrange it. I'll reframe it tomorrow after the stream though. We'll get a better angle on it, but it's a cool shot. So we can see when I'm doing this, the egg is kind of fluffy. It's not big pieces, and I wanted this egg to be really distributed well. So I'm happy with that texture. We'll bring it up here. Not that burner. Why is that burner doing that? All right, we'll just bring that quickly to the simmer so we can make sure our egg's fully cooked. Cool. Okay, that looks good to me. And I was at the store yesterday looking for herbs. The green onions look terrible. Like there's 20 packs of green onions and all of them had rotten crap in there. So I'm not using that. I just have some frozen green onions. If you ever have a crap ton of green onions, just slice them and freeze them. It works. I'm pretty pumped about it. Now, after we tried it, I always have chopped green onions in my freezer now. So these are literally just chopped, thrown in the freezer, and that's it. And now it's so nice that there's always green onions available to me. Well, not anymore. I'm going to use all of them. But I'll get more. So we'll throw this right in. And I'm going to use all of it. Okay. And I think this is going to be our final thing. We'll try this out. I'm probably going to serve it with a little bit of black pepper I don't think I'm gonna need anything else on top though. We could also think of this as like a divorced dad dish. You make this big pot and you put it in the refrigerator for the week and you eat this for the week. There's a lot of perspectives to take on this. Okay, let's try one more time. Make sure we're finally on point. Seasoning-wise, everything's good. What's next? Child custody soup. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Peanut butter and jelly soup. How about watered down peanut butter into a broth type texture? Fried croutons for the bread on top. A little burst of jelly. Maybe, how would I make the jelly? It could literally just be clumps of jelly. Or I could pipe it out. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly soup. Title threw me off. I hear you. What's Upper CKSK happy to be a part of the amazing community? Oh, what's up? Oh, heard that. Well, Baby Panda, we're glad to have you. Hope you're feeling better. Kids are expected to stay and take of their parents when they're old since they take care of you as a kid. Yeah, I'm fine. I keep telling JD she's going to have to change my diapers when I get older. Better start hunting for land in Bao Lap. I'm not buying. If I bought land anywhere in Vietnam, it probably would be Bao Lap. It'd either be in Bao Lap or it'd be between Da Nang and Hoi An. But land in Vietnam is so unbelievably overpriced right now, in my opinion. I would never buy anything right now at this point. Let me just see if the kids are right there. Let me see. Why don't you track me, bro? Come on, camera. There you go. Track me, and you track me. Okay, let's see if the kids are up. No. Tree and Liam! You want to eat? We'll see if they come down. See if they're hungry. I don't know if Tree cooked breakfast or not yet. Okay. Just don't give them a gun at 12. Okay. Is it already almost as expensive in Dalat? Yes. But, dude, land here is so unbelievably priced. Good morning, Daw. Okay, let's try this soup. I think we're going to be good on this thing. I'm excited about it. Have Meow with Fred and Michael before. For me, that would be a super interesting to see. I have. I don't think, I've definitely meowed with Fred. There's a video recently there. I don't think we've meowed with Michael and Fred on a video. Maybe we'll do it here. Let me cook food. Fred's gonna be gone for 2 months now. But we'll do a meow night here. I'll invite Michael and Chef Rang and Carrie. We'll see who else is in the mix for the meowing. I have to reach out to Lila. I haven't talked to Lila in a long time. What's next? Trump soup. Okay. Are you still getting a tortoise? Yes. Yes. Does anybody know in Saigon where we can buy a tortoise? A nice tortoise. If you do, let me know. We're going to go get it. The problem is days. I'm so freaking busy right now. I just need days to go out. I heard the prenup soup. I love the prenup soup. What might your last meal consist of? I think a last meal. Are you hungry? You want to eat? Fantastic. You upset? Again? Oh, that's a problem. Okay. We'll deal with that. Okay. How about Tree? Do you know last, you okay? You're pissed off. You're pissed off. Tree looks very upset right now. Uh-oh, here comes Liam too. You all right? You're pissed too. We got problems. Are you hungry? Do you want to eat something? Okay. Do you want to answer? Somebody's asking, do you know what last meal is? Like you're in death row, you did a crime, and they're going to kill you. Okay. Someone's asking what last meal would be. Do you have an idea for that? Huh? I'm just curious if you have an answer. You don't have to. I'm just curious. I think for me, last meal, JD, I heard you just destroyed their base again. That's a problem, girl. Okay? You lost screen today. You're not watching anything today. You understand that? And we're going to talk about this later because that's not cool. Okay. I think for me, it's going to be hard. It's going to be like, A burger, a boom ball, and fried chicken. I think those 3 things. A problem with me is I would just have gluttony. I'm a glutton. Especially in that situation. Last meal, I'm gonna eat myself to death. Gin, and I like gin too. I would have some gin. I'd have a great cocktail with gin in it. You have an idea?
I would probably have...
How about, wait, I can do this one.
Is lobster tail okay?
You can have lobster tail. You want lobster tail?
and matcha latte. I can't have matcha lattes for the lactose.
Yeah, but you can have, you're gonna die, so you can have the matcha latte.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get matcha latte.
You're gonna drink all the matcha latte you can, and then everyone, when you're dead, they're gonna have to clean it up after you. Okay.
Leave your turn. You want it?
You have an idea for our last meal?
What do you mean? If you're gonna die, what's your last meal gonna be? Don't get soy milk.
Come guess soy mod's gonna be your last meal. Anything else?
Wait. Peach tea.
Peach tea. Come guess soy mod peach tea. How about a dessert? You got a dessert?
I didn't even think of dessert. Wait.
Oh, Tree's going dessert.
Yeah.
What's your dessert?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies. Fantastic answer. What about you?
Strawberry cake.
Strawberry cake. Good idea.
Wait. Are there any people who escape death row?
Yeah.
How?
No, like they skip. Maybe their execution stopped right before it happened because of some situation. I don't know. There's examples. Okay. What is your what level of stress are you at on a regular basis? 1 to 0, almost nothing. I'm a very relaxed person. That's very, 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 very low. Do you want to own land in Vietnam or America or even both? Number 1 is America. I would love to own land in both, but if I'm choosing one, it's going to be America, 100%. I love the look, thick, chunky soup. I'm envious of your taste buds. Yes, this looks great to me. Let's start making this thing. Okay, let's try this. Let's bring this beauty over. Oh, and let's even get...
So you made a divorce soup?
Yes, don't tell mommy. Harry, let's go here. Let's do this. Yes, look at that shot.
Whoa, I just noticed.
Oh, things are different. I move stuff around. All right, so we're going to go tree in here.
I'll see anything.
Where's my pepper mill? Bruh, where's my pepper mill? Bruh, here it is. Okay, tree. Here you go.
Still not out.
Oh, your tooth didn't pop out yet? Don't move her chair. JD, are you eating? JD, I'm pretty upset at you right now, honey pie. Actually, let me go up here. Because she's still my honey pie tree. I still love her with all my heart. You do dumb stuff, annoying stuff, and I still love you. I still call you sweet buddy. My booger buddy. Yes. You've never known? It's bitter melon. My kids actually, they like bitter melon. There you go, bro. And the final one for me. No, Tang's not here. Okay. I think the meatballs will be good. I present. Thank you. A little bit of pepper. A fork? A fork?
Yeah.
Oh, a spoon. I present the world's magical, famous, amazing divorce soup. Italian divorce soup.
It's sour.
What a beautiful, a sour? Really?
Bitter, yeah, bitter.
Bitter, oh, okay. I remember you calling your wife Jay. Is she older than you? She actually is older than me. But if I called her T, that was a mistake. And it will not occur again. I promise you, my wife does not like hearing that. So now I call her Kung, or I call her Va, or baby, or my love. Anyway, also, what happened to the apartment you were renting, by the way? Not seeing you film there quite a bit. We don't live there anymore. This studio is attached to our new house. The apartment sat vacant, but it did recently just get rented. So that's good news for our old landlord. He was a good landlord, so I'm happy he got it rented out. Are you an expat? Is an expat a traveler? Are you an expat? Is an expat a traveler living in Vietnam? An expat is not a traveler. An expat is a foreigner who lived in a new place, living in a new land. So yes, I'm an expat here. It's okay that Mike hasn't been on the whole time anyway. What? I hope so. Okay. Where's that one? Oh. Did JD turn this off? Oh no, this was on, right? Oh, what happened? Oh, JD, did you push some buttons over here? Probably. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Jade. Whoa. We got some issues here. Hold on one second. Let me get you here, over here. Very bitter? Too bitter? Not too bitter.
But it's better. It's better. I do microwave when I put some bitter.
Okay, now we good. All right, there we go. Finally. All right. Sometimes this is hard to manage. I will get really good at all this camera and all this gear, but it's hard right now. I thought having a tortoise or eating is bad luck. We're not going to eat the tortoise. We're going to take care of it and love it and treat it so well. That's not bad luck.
I'm pretty sure Dad takes care of the poop. I'm not taking care of the poop. You are. I'm not. No, I'm not. You're the princess poop, Jade.
I like it.
I'm not princess poop. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are.
Jeff, I'm starting to wonder what you could whip up for a Viet soul food fusion. I've been dancing around with the idea of doing a Morning Glory collard green combo. I've never seen Morning Glory, aka water spinach, cooked for a long time. I've never seen it braised. I don't know how it would hold up. It might hold up. It might. It's an interesting idea. I may want to throw in the water spinach at the very end of the process, so the last couple minutes with the collards. But it's interesting. And if you're putting acidity in your collards, like I've had pickled Morning Glory that's good. I mean, there's always room to fusion. There's always a way to make it work. And there's definitely some opportunities with soul and Viet. Viet's got soul. So that was a cool idea.
Yeah, it's too bitter.
It's too bitter for you? Really?
I don't taste anything.
It definitely tastes bitter, but not too bitter.
It's not bitter at all.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You like it?
Yeah.
How about the flavor of the meatball?
Oh, it's good. I will take more bitter.
You take more meatball?
Bitter. And meatball.
Oh, you take more meatball? You take more bitter, huh?
And meatball.
Wow. How about the flavor of the meatball? Can you taste anything in the flavor of the meatball?
Nope.
No?
I taste meat and ball.
JD and Liam, do you guys taste anything different in the meatball?
Yeah. Nope. I taste pepper.
Pepper. This just the fennel powder and the celery seed and the meatball is very nice. That's very nice.
I don't want any more pepper though.
This one, this version compared to the wedding soup we did last week, the wedding soup was so interesting with that sour leaf inside, and I really did love it. This one's very soulful, satisfying, comforting. It's a simple broth. It's a light broth.
Have another meatball?
Yes. There's nothing outrageous going on with the broth, but it's subtle and nice. The texture of the pasta is great. I love the meatball. And I like bitter melon, so I like this. I have a lot of meatballs, guys. You want more meatballs? I got them.
Meatballs.
You want more?
Can I have 3 more?
3 more meatballs? Yeah, you can have 3 more meatballs.
Not the bitterly.
So we'll let the kids taste it, try it, fully absorb it. We'll see what they think in terms of rating. I have my pick already.
It's hard, so I'll just wait for those while I get the numbers out.
Love your content. Thank you, Joanne. Whoa, that's a good idea. The candied yams could become a Jay and Nico. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I would love that. I would love a warm yam jam with the marshmallow on top, and you toast the marshmallow on top. That would be cool. That's a good idea. I doubt you move back to after living in Vietnam for so long. We will eventually.
Daddy?
Yes. Hold on. I love Vietnam, but I love America too. And there's some good parts about America. And countryside living in America is pretty hard to beat. Nature in America, pretty hard to beat.
Dad, I got my number.
You got your number? All right, wait, we'll bring it over here because it's going to be hard. Well, you can stand by JD.
I want to stand with those.
You can stand by JD even though you're pissed at her right now. All right, Liam, you got a number? Trees throw. Really, you're throwing out of 10. You love it. You love it. What do you love about it? If you love it, you're putting out 10. You can talk about it.
Well, it's good.
Uh-huh.
I do taste bitter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect because the soup isn't really that bitter.
Don't twiddle with the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Okay?
It's just good.
It's just good.
I don't really know how to describe it.
What's your favorite part of it?
Meatball, obviously.
Okay. The meatball's very good. JD? Throwing out another 10. My goodness, girly pie. What do you like about it?
I didn't like meatball.
The meatball. Okay. Liam, you got a number? A 7.2. Okay.
So bitter.
So bitter. I'm so surprised you think it's so bitter. That is surprising. Liam is usually so that should give you confidence.
Dad?
That should give you confidence. Liam's been throwing out 10 after 10 after 10 the last couple days, last couple weeks. So when he gives a 10, it's a real 10. This is a real 7.2 for you. Okay. Anything you like about it? Anything you don't like about it?
I like the meatball.
Huh?
I like the meatball.
You like the meatball. The meatball's great. I'm glad to see there's no favoritism for the youngest ones. My parents always favored my youngest siblings, whether if they're right or wrong. Yeah, that's not cool. I hope my children, if you ask them privately, would just say that I'm fair. That's what my goal is. I'm a fair father. If someone did wrong, they're getting punished. If they did right, they're getting a reward. It's just very simple. How much more expensive is the rent of the new place? The old studio, so we are spending more money at the new place. The old house was $30 million, plus the studio was $8 million, so it was $38 million. And then including like manager fees and all these other like little fees on top, it was about $41 to $42 million per month in base rent for the 2 locations. And this house with the studio attached is $50 million per month. $50 million is about 2,000 USD. So the other location was 360 less. Is that right? So we were spending about $1,660, and now we're spending about $2,000. I think that's the difference. But the electric bill here is much higher, so it's okay, but it's definitely spending more money. But this house is amazing, and the studio is amazing, so it's worth it. Looks like new mics are on the shopping list as well with the tracking iPod, yes. And I had a new mic situation for the phone for TikTok, but it didn't work today. Bad sound, apparently. I got to tweak that. Chef, tell Frozen we appreciate his comments from YouTube. Yo, Frozen is hilarious. We do appreciate his comments everywhere. Frozen keep it up. I love humor. We love funny. And even, I don't even mind assholes and trolls as long as you're funny about it. Be funny, man. Let's play. Have a good time. I saw Bun Me Cat in your latest video, and is she grown so much? Yes. Bun Me is a girl, and she's doing great. Very happy, and now she loves being in her new house because there's like lizards, so she gets to catch lizards in the new house. Is it me, or is the volume a bit softer than normal? Is that on the music or my voice? It might be because it's in my shirt too. What auto adjust tripod are you working with for TikTok? This was just a cheapo one on Lazada. I don't even know what the brand is, but it's not gonna last. We're gonna need to upgrade this thing. There seems like there's a lot. They looked all the same, and basically they were pretty much within the same price point. This is $8. But I need one that I can control the speed. This one's too speedy, and it just keeps turning off all the time. It's annoying. Can we get a dessert episode? Fruity Pebbles, chocolate chip cookies, special brownies. No special brownies, okay? We're in Vietnam. We don't entertain that behavior. Okay, let's just get that clear. What's up?
Some random woman just walking around here.
What?
I saw someone walking around here. I'm not kidding, I just saw someone walking around here.
Okay. I'm gonna go check that real quick. We're gonna bring the stream to an end. This is super good. It's getting an 8.5 for me. Oh, you know what? It's the cleaning lady. Mommy got a B-Tasky. Okay, no panicking now. We're back. Okay. Wife crashed out. No, wife didn't crash out. Wife's at yoga. In terms of the desserts, yes, I'm down for the desserts. Actually, I'm making ice cream very soon. I have a bean brownie I'm about to make. I just didn't want to stream it today because the stream's gonna get too long.
Well, you're making a bean brownie?
Yeah, I'll have beans cooked.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll make a bean brownie.
Oh,
Let me, I think for the bean brownie and the ice cream, I'll shoot it and we'll post it, but it won't be live streamed. But we'll definitely get some more desserts going. The problem with desserts, they just take a little bit more time. But I will do it. Okay. Yes. Was the lady in the elevator wearing orange?
She was an elderly.
Was she wearing orange?
Nope.
Okay.
She was wearing black clothes with a backpack and a black mask.
Was the backpack orange? Okay.
Brown.
The sheer panic in your face even scares the dog mess out of me. Yes, I still have some panic because I thought she should be wearing orange. So we are going to bring the stream to an end, and I'm just going to go make sure we're not getting invaded. Okay, let's bring that to an end. Yes, for me, the soup is an 8.5. I really like it. Textures, everything is great. Meatball's the best part. Stream is coming to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Let's make sure we are not being invaded. Have a great day. What a fun ending to a stream.